Well, here I am at Jumiège Abbey. We were inspired, Farron and myself. This is just Uncle Jeffrey here. We were inspired by Lily's poem to come here. It's Good Friday, 2014, and so I'm here to read Lily's poem, and I'm thinking about also Betty Harris, and so I want to dedicate this small poetry reading of Lily's of Jumiège Abbey to both Lily and also recollect Betty Harris, who recently passed away. So I'll begin. Jumiège Abbey. You were a gift to God, from a once child king and his once slave wife, from an even colder place, in the 7th siècle, when piety prevailed amongst the rocky crags, cold suns and furious seas that lick at the fated beaches, where so much blood once stained the sand, the crimson color of an infamous flag. But today, on those beaches where boat bows were broken and shattered swords were strewn, people gather shells of a different sort, search for salt-smooth glass shards, and change the color of their skin on purpose. Do these new invaders have any idea that you are still standing? You are a forgotten juggernaut, a stone giant, whose limbs lie broken and unmended. The lichens write new stories on your ancient arms. The dandelions try to break your spirit and your floors in vain. It's all in vain. Nothing can make you crumble. Fair-haired berserkers burnt you. But still you rose again, consecrated by the conqueror himself, to show the world your unwillingness to wilt. So many people once roamed your halls. So many people, important people, children of Saint Benedict, wrote furiously within your cells. They sang in polyphonic ethereal voices, and their songs floated through cracks in windows, beneath heavy doors, and their songs still drift through the boughs of the trees that embrace you, if you listen still hard enough. Kings and nobles gazed above at your bones that seemed to shoot from deep within the hot heart of the world, scraping against the sky, once dark blue trimmed with ermine, still that same sky now. People who gazed upon your sun-washed walls went on to emulate you. Your clones sprang up in Paris and on far-flung shores. You were a muse of the purest sort, until embittered men who wanted change ripped you apart. Men you once inspired sought to erase your memory in the name of revolutionary progress. But you are still here. The meadows and orchards around you still bloom and thrive, and you still rend mere mortals to cry true tears, but not the bitter tears of mourning. You still welcome pilgrims, although the only brothers who live within you are pigeons and rabbits. We came unwashed and bleary-eyed, pilgrims of a different sort. That day we all sat in the shade of your sides and discussed your wonder, your majesty, the perfect imperfection of your two towers, the people you received, your story. We hugged your columns like children hugged their father's legs. We pretended we were saints and kings. We stood in your great hall and were dumbstruck by your roof of cloud and sky. We held hands and ran through your ribcage. We ate baguettes under your trees. We befriended your dejected gargoyles. You are ruined. But sometimes ruins are even more beautiful than what they were before. I never knew a tiny person like me could cry so much for a hurt giant. I know you made me sing inside. You made me feel so small, not much more than a timid little lapin or silly starling. You are strong. You are beautiful. I hope I see you again someday. I know you'll still be standing.